Welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. In this part we will be covering terrains. So this will become our base for our water to fall onto. If you want to use an existing site as the base of your water simulation, there's an easy way to do that in OpenStreetMaps. Google Earth's geometry data is proprietary, so exporting their data is hard to do and only available on Windows. While CAD Mapper is also a good tool, it sometimes has missing geometry in certain locations. OpenStreetMap is free and has accurate building heights. So find the location of the area you want to export and click the export button at the top of the page as a map file. The file area is the default viewport. Then we need to convert the map file to an object file with OSM to worlds on this website. Just download their latest build. And keep in mind that you will need JavaScript for OSM to world to work. To download Java, just go to the website and download the installer. Once all that is downloaded, you can now open OSM to World, go to File, open the map file. Object with File, Export Object File. You can now use the geometry in any 3D modeling software. You might want to clean up the site a bit in Rhino or another software before putting it in Houdini. If you want to make contour lines from a terrain to be used in another program, you can do that as well. We start by making a grid that is big enough to cover the terrain size that you want. Then we're just going to make a line at the origin. You can change the length of this so that it's taller than your terrain. Then we just display the points on the line, so we've got 2 points on either end now. We want to add more points, so just go to Tab in the network pane and add in a resample. To change the spacing of the points, you can just increase the spacing here. Usually contour lines are taken every 5 meters, but this is really up to how big you want your intervals to be. So what we're trying to do is have this grid copied across this line at 5-meter intervals. So next we'll hit Tab and add a copy to points. Put the grid into the left input and the resample into the right. Now there should be a grid along each point of the line. Then we can make our terrain. So add in a new grid and connect that to a mountain. Then we can increase the height just to get a bit more variety. Now you just need to add in a boolean and put in the mountain and copy to points in. Change the operation to scene and you should have some contour lines. could also add in a subdivide to make it a bit smoother, and also a transform so that you can move the terrain up and down through the grids. So you can export these contour lines and use them in other softwares if you want. You can also make your own terrain in Houdini. So you want to open up a new file, then you want to change the build to terrain so that it gives us terrain focused tools. So now you will notice when you press C, there are some different options than what we had in the previous tutorial. So now we can start by adding a height filled map into our scene view. Once we have that, we can press C, go to deform, and we'll add some noise. Now we can see in the network pane, there is now a relationship between the height filled map and the noise. If you want to disconnect a relationship, you can hold Y and cut the line. We can choose the noise type that we want from the drop-down menu here, and also change the amplitude to how you want it. You can also offset the noise so you can get a different result. Once you've got the terrain that you want, we're going to press C again, deform and blur just to make a smoother surface. And now your terrain is ready for the rain simulation.